Rule number one for the elites: you never let a good crisis go to waste, whether it's real or perceived. I wanted to stay out ahead of this because I am not, as a channel, I am not considered an authoritative news source. I want to stay out ahead of it because the other day, last 5 days ago, they had that Lancaster incident where the cop said he got shot by a sniper. They carried it for 2 days. Everybody was believing it. And then come to find out that there was no sniper, there was no gunman. They just made the whole thing up. So I want to stay out in front of this thing. Apparently, there was a shooting at well, let me just play this for you. Going to kind of make some comments on it because you never can trust fake stream media. You never know.
At approximately 9:04 this morning, there was a dispute on the high school grounds of Roosevelt High School. Dispute was between some landscapers and an individual that resides at 48 Bauer Avenue here in Roosevelt. After the dispute, the individual pulled out a gun, fired 3 rounds into the ground. He then fled to 48 Bauer Avenue. The house was immediately surrounded by our patrol division, emergency service unit, and then our SWAT BSO guys came out.
Get used to it. When this stuff happens, bring out the SWAT team, do an investigation, trample people's Fourth Amendment rights. This is what it's all about. Who cares? Disregard the Constitution.
As they approached the house, the individual came out and surrendered himself to our BSO guys. The school, even though they're not in session for students, did have a full staff in there as the teachers are all returning, preparing for classes next week. And there was a full sport events practices going on. Security immediately moved them into the school, locked them down. There was a lockout done immediately on the premises. We also have our Homeland Security guys. They're inside now meeting with the staff.
Now getting the Department of Homeland Security involved. So now it went from a state issue to a federal issue.
To make sure all the protocols went the way they should go. They did an outstanding job between the security and the school as far as getting the kids inside, initiating the lockdown, and keeping everybody safe. As of right now, that subject is under arrest. We cannot give his name out at this time until proper identifications are done. The weapon has not been recovered. We're contacting the district attorney's office to execute a search warrant at that residence.
Okay, so let's be honest about news items, guys. We do not know if anything that guy said was true. We don't know. And it doesn't matter if it does. Whether it's true or perceived to be true, the number one thing is safeguard everyone's individual rights. Yeah, if a crime has been committed, no problem with an investigation. But we do not know if this is true or not. But this is the perfect thing that they can use to say, okay, see, this is why we don't need guns. There was landscapers, there was a dispute, somebody pulled out a gun. We don't need that kind of stuff in society. Come on, give us your guns. You don't need guns. See how fast this escalated? If that person wasn't allowed access to a gun, this never would have happened. And this is the kind of thing that they will do because they will never let a good crisis go to waste. It doesn't matter if it's real or perceived. They let the crisis in Lancaster, California 5 days ago not go to waste. They decided to go ahead and trample everybody in the apartment complex across the street, 4 floors of people. They searched, they ransacked people's apartments. They searched for weapons. They trampled their Fourth Amendment rights. They even trampled Second Amendment rights because they found guns in one guy's apartment. You cannot violate individual rights to keep people safe. And that's another thing that they do. It escalates from a state, actually a local government should have dealt with this, came into a state government situation with government interest to federal real quick. It just escalates that quick. Department of Homeland Security gets involved. We lock down the whole area. We take care of this whole situation. SWAT comes in. All these guys with these high-powered weapons, and they're all armored up like there's some kind of military tactical team. Get used to it. This is exactly how they program a society to get used to militarized force in our streets, to throw down the threat. Hey, but it's to keep you safe. We're going to lock everything down to keep you safe. We're going to take away your rights to keep you safe. We're going to create gun laws to keep you safe. Now we got red flag laws to keep you safe. We got the TAPS Act. It's to keep you safe, right? And hey, we're from the government. You can trust us. This is the one thing I do like about what Ronald Reagan said. The 9 most dangerous words in the English language are, "I'm from the government, boy, and I'm here to help you. That's all I'm here to do is just to help." So let's read just from the New York Post, and then we'll end this thing. But the reason I wanted to get ahead of this story is because they're going to paint this thing. MSNBC is going to carry this. Rachel Maddow's going to get on there. Chris Cuomo is going to get on there, and they're going to say, "See, this was just a simple dispute between landscapers. We need to get involved, and we need to take people's guns away." A Long Island high school and middle school were locked down on Tuesday morning after reports of gunfire, officials said. Police on the scene in Roosevelt told reporters a man had fired off 3 gunshots on a football field at Roosevelt High School after arguing with landscapers over downed trees. They're going to be, I can just see them now. They're going to say, "See, if something this simple and this petty made somebody pull out a gun, we need to take away guns from society. See, we just can't trust you guys with guns. We can't trust you landscapers, you grocers. We can't, you clerks out there. There's tons of people driving on our roads. You got road rage, people pulling out guns. We just can't have that in society. So come on, turn them over. And don't think that they're not going to do that. They've already tried to do more lame brain stuff than that. So I wanted to stay out ahead of this. I don't know if there's any more details. Let's see if there's any more details in the New York Post here. The man whose name was not released was in custody, according to the outlet. The shots were reported just after 9 a.m., according to Nassau County Police. They already said that. The high school and middle school were on lockdown due to an incident in the area. Everyone is safe and secure. Please do not approach the surrounding areas. Yeah, because you might get shot by all the cops around there. It's a dangerous situation because there's a bunch of trigger-happy cops out there just looking for something to get into. Police have the area secured. Never fear, the police are here. We know you couldn't take care of it, so we went ahead and stepped in and took care of it for you. So I wanted to stay ahead of this thing, man. I appreciate you guys joining me, but I wanted to get ahead of this thing because that lame stream, fake stream media is going to blow this thing up and make it something it's not, so that they can promote their own anti-gun agenda. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. Oh, share. But the best thing you guys can do with these videos is please share them, like them. That's the only way I can beat the algorithm. And never you'll hardly ever see, if you ever see them, you'll never see my videos appear in the recommended list. So the only way I can get on the recommended list is if you guys share these videos and give them a like. I appreciate it, guys. Take care. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon.